Now to a crime alert, and a woman busted after a bad romance. Police say she seduced and drugged a guy at the Fontainebleau, and when he woke up, his pricey watch was gone, and so was she. Local 10's Rosh Lowe is live in Miami Beach with more on this robbery. Rosh.
Wow, it seems like we're reporting on this every day. We had a case on Friday, now we have another case today, and now I just got some video and I want to show it to you. This is the latest suspect. This is video out of Doral. And police say, here's the woman. Her name is Angelina Este. Now, as you look at this video, and in the first portion, we blurred the victim's face. It is the same MO. These women, say police, they meet these guys. These guys, in this case, it looked like he was going in for the kiss, but that would end up in heartbreak because he had his Rolex taken, say police. And there are a number of other cases this woman is attached to in Miami Beach.
They blurred the victim's face. Let me go on a little bit more.
Police want you to take a look at her.
He got a whole tattoo sleeve on both arms. Is he really the victim? On. Directed. Team. I am maildotsale, the undirected guy. And we gotta talk about this one, team. We have got to talk about this one. And the reason why is because what we're seeing in the world is getting more to a fever pitch as far as women being more aggressive, men being more subservient, more goofy.
Judge my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Having no self-awareness, not really able to read the room, and they are falling victim to watch scams and thefts. But the reason why I'm not giving men a pass on this is because there's two different types of crimes that are committed. There are crimes by swindle or coercion. And then there are crimes that are more, I don't know, you would call it aggressive, right? If you're just walking down the street, right, and somebody jumps out of the bushes and puts a Glock to your head and then takes you out and steals all your jewelry, that's a little bit different than you walking down the street. You see some hustlers over there. And they playing 3-card Monty or the ball under the cup game, and you want to go over there, and they like, yo, I'll put up 20,000 against your Rolex that you can't figure out which one is the ace or which ball the cup is under. And then you go over there and you think you can, win the game, and then ultimately you get scammed because there's no ball under any cup. Sleight of hand trick. I have less compassion for fools that have self-inflicted wounds. But that's just me personally. Now, the cops don't think that way. And this guy that allowed this woman to come up to his room and drug him, which, that's a little shady. But regardless of the fact, these are the decisions that he made to put himself next to this woman that he randomly found out of the club that more than likely, there's going to be a lot of signs just looking at the woman that's going to help you understand that she's probably a scammer and quite dangerous. Now, I want to look at this movie real quick because a lot of people may not remember that in 2019, and we'll go to it now, team. 2019 right here. You'll see there was a movie that came out called Hustlers. It was a movie called Hustlers. And it was starring a famous rapper by the name of Cardi B. And also a famous, what do you call J-Lo? You call J-Lo a singer, a performer, an actress. She's done a little bit of everything. It also has J-Lo in it. In this movie, as you can see in these clips right here, we'll zoom it in a little bit. I'm not going to play the audio just for copyright purposes, but if you look right here, you can see that this movie actually was a precursor to what's happening now. And this was happening before, but this movie actually put it on the big stage. I watched this movie around the time that it came out, and I was completely flabbergasted about what I seen.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
And I realized that evil comes in the face of beauty at times. And the devil can disguise itself in any form of costume. So me personally, I thought about that, and I always looked at everybody's intentions, not only women, but men as well. I think a lot of the times as men, we're a little more defensive and a little bit more on alert when we're dealing with men. However, I will say that, a man, you'll see him coming a mile away. A woman, not so much.
Stop.
And when you're over there,
I love you.
Basically putting yourself in a position that you are not thinking with the right head, well, then you end up getting your Rolex taken. Now, we're going to go back to this story and we're going to finish it up. But yeah, definitely check out Hustlers. And yeah, I'm promoting the movie because it's something that the men need to watch. And, women, if you want to get an idea of how to do this a little bit better and not end up going to jail like these women, then maybe you should watch this movie too. It could help out both sides. It can help out the scammers and the scammies, or the ones that got scammed. So definitely watch Hustlers. It was a good movie. I only watched it once. Not something that I would go back and watch again. But ultimately, all the women got caught. So I guess maybe that's how they wanted it. All right, let's finish up this news story, and then we will close out.
And here's her story.
At the fountain blue, same old story.
Well, it's happened again. Another man has his Rolex ripped off. It's happened at the Fountain Blue again on Miami Beach. This time, cops say the high-priced watch thief is Angelina Este.
Angelina Este.
Between $20,000 and $100,000.
Police say she followed the same MOs as other alleged thieves, meeting the man in the lobby and then going to his room.
The victim
Yeah,
says
they copy in the movie.
In this case, the victim drank something, passed out, and awoke to his Rolex gone, the woman gone, and a diamond bracelet gone.
But there's a pattern. There's 3 separate victims who've come forward.
Yes, ma'am.
And just last Friday, we brought you the story of Esther Torres. Cops charged her in a number of cases, including one at the Fountain Blue where a man says he was sprayed with an unknown liquid in his eyes and his 2020 Rolex Submariner, like this one, taken. And there's more.
They got him for the
There's this woman,
Submariner?
23-year-old Rachel Warner. She's accused of multiple cases in which she's accused of stealing men's valuables, including a Rolex, after seducing them at bars or nightclubs. Okay, so now we have three different women facing a number of charges. We have Doral, we have Miami Beach, we have Brickell. This is happening all over the place. So if you're a guy out there and you're watching this and you have a Rolex, be very careful who you bring up to your room. Much more for you tonight at 6 o'clock. For now, I'm live on Miami.
I'm a guy and I'm watching this and I'm learning. I'm absolutely learning. Hold on. I want to see if I can find something real quick. Hold on, team. Just hold on 1 second. We do this live, so sometimes we make adjustments. I just want to see if I can find this real quick. I think we got the audio. Let's see if we got it. Y'all know I'm about to pull up. All right, let's see if this is it.
All right, y'all, we'll talk about Confessions of a Hollywood. Nobody. Let's go to this hotel.
Yeah, I got it right here. Hold on, team. Look. Did y'all hear that? I'm gonna play the audio one more time because the audio's not great. She said, yeah, I brought them up to my hotel room and I drugged them.
All the humanity!
You've been warned about this. Is this from a long time ago? This is Cardi B admitting to crimes that she was never, ever tried and convicted for, although she's admitted it and the victims are out there. And hey, you know, we see a lot of victims come out well after the fact, but we never see the men when they get drugged, robbed, raped, essayed. They don't never come out with these lawsuits. Seems like they only go one way.
Nobody wanted to help me. Nobody. No one handed it to.
I don't know. We don't need to watch all that. Do we got any more audio on her? I think that was it. Yeah. So I want to pull that up, team. Because you know, some of your most popular and favorite artists are promoting this. And they're not sorry about it. She's actually angry that people are saying something about it. Right? And I don't know. These roles are getting crazy. It's like we're seeing these evil tendencies right in front of our face, and we're doing nothing about it as a people. And this is bad on both sides, but it seems like one side gets away with it.
Come on, man.
All right. So my thing is this, team. I got to get the men too.
What will you learn? What will you learn? That your actions have consequences.
I got to get the men too. Now, me personally, I don't wear a Rolex, but I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, we're going to go on undirected perspective. We're going to go dark for it. Well, we'll go light for this one. We'll go light. You know, the criminals got caught. We'll see what their sentences are. We'll do a follow-up after they all get sentenced and see what happens. Now, I don't have a Rolex, but I do got this. I got this Galaxy watch. I like this watch right here. It does all the things a Rolex can do, and then more. I can throw this on, you know, does some cool things. You can play with the face and stuff. You can't change the face on your Submariner. You know, this costs like 1% of a Submariner, but it's cool though. It does like all kind of stuff. I can like play music off it. I can take phone calls off it. I can do a lot of things like that. And it actually has more functional purposes than a Rolex. And I wouldn't be surprised if these women would rob me for this too. Because I'm not even sure that it's about the money. Because a lot of times when they steal these watches, they don't really get that they thought they were going to get. They actually sell it at such a low price, probably like 15 to 20% of what it's worth, because it's hard to fend stuff like that. And so maybe they steal $20,000 watch and they, you know, sell it to somebody for like $3,500, $4,000, just giving away money. And that probably ain't even going to be enough to cover the full amount of their bail, you know, at the end of it. But, you know, we say that the women have to be accountable for their actions. The men absolutely have to be accountable for their actions. Like, you know, it's probably a reason why you, now that you have your Rolex on, are all of a sudden getting hot women. And I would argue to say that these women ain't even hot. Let me pull them back up real quick. What do y'all think about? Let's pull them up one by one. We got this woman right here. All right, we're going to put her right here. I'm going to pull this one up right here. We got this one right here. All right. Then we got this woman right here. So these were the three women, and I'm going to let y'all be the judge on this one. But I'll just say that, you know, I don't know if it's worth the trade-off to what possibly could happen to you for this. All right.
Are you just so old and ugly that you can't hear anymore?
So, I don't know, team. I'm just putting awareness out here. I don't really know what to think about this as a whole. I think that both sides are foolish equally. And, you know, I think it's a self-inflicted wound by also the victim. Let me get out of here, team. I don't think there's much more to say about this. I am Dotsale, the undirected guy. Y'all are the best audience on the internet. I appreciate y'all. Like, you know, the best comment, I'm always gonna pin to the top of the chat, give you a credit for putting out a very well-educated comment. So I just want you to know that. I don't know, for me though, like, honestly, I never was really into jewelry like that, personally. I don't really think that jewelry enhances who I am as a person. So I have a less like chance of getting targeted and robbed. But, you know, I get the appeal. I do got a chain on right here. It ain't worth nearly as much as a Submariner, but I don't know. If somebody wanted to like rob me for like $1,000, I guess it's here on my neck. Anyways, I'm out of here, team. Till the next one.